Good morning, tall people on YouTube. If you're like me and you're taller than the allowable height of our culture, I'm 6'5", you'll find you have one perennial problem. Sweaters don't fit. Your wrists are always cold. I'm going to show you the Dan Guerin solution to fixing this. And the first part of that solution is identifying treasures when you find them. For instance, old socks. Invariably, when you lose a sock, you blow out either the toe or the heel. And what you're left with is a piece of garbage, except you have this lovely upper sock that's all this stretchy tube. So what I recommend is whenever you blow out a sock, grab a pair of scissors and cut them off. I have a couple here that I've done, and you end up with these. Little stretchy tubes. The elastic in them is still great, still good. You can do all sorts of things with these. I started in high school collecting them when I would go camping in the winter. I would just slip them over my wrist like so and keep my wrists warm because they would hold my shirt down and they'd get under my glove and keep the snow from getting in. It was a great trick. You can use them to extend things, which is what we're going to do here. And you can use them to wrap up extension cords. All sorts of things. An elastic tube, very useful. Keeps them on hand. So, I have two of these guys here. And I'm going to take them and fix this sweater so that my wrist isn't showing. I have my machine set up on my table with black thread in it. It's all ready to go. Sewing machine my wife gave me early on in our marriage, I think our first Christmas. Dudes, if you're not sewing, you should be, right? It's just another power tool. Your wives and girlfriends will be like, you can sew? Oh, dude, you got value. So learn to sew. You don't have to be good, you just have to be capable. Capable's enough. So I'm going to stop the video, rearrange, and we'll come back pointing down. Here we are, I got my sweater here. You can see, this is actually quite an old sweater because all my new sweaters I've already done this to. I had to dig up one to do this as a sample. So what we're going to do is take the cuff off that comes, this one's 2.5 inches long. We're going to take that off and we're going to replace it with this guy, which is almost 6 inches long. Lots of extra length. I don't actually need 4 inches, I only need about 3, so there's lots of extra length. When you're pulling your cuff off, you can open it up, grab your seam ripper, and seam rip it, but I find the sock tops are long enough, at least the ones I buy are long enough that you don't have to worry about that. Just grab the sock top, you got lots of extra length. I'm just gonna grab my scissors and clip the sleeves off the same length. This sleeve has a hole in it right here because it's really old, so I'm going to cut it above that. A note on the sock. I'm using the sock top from a Copper Sole athletic sock. They're the only sock I buy. They're a fantastic sock. They're all flat stitched. They got this little elasticy bit around the center. The Copper Sole helps with the stink and the sweat. The only sock I buy. I am not sponsored by Copper Sole in any way, but Copper Sole, if you guys see this and you want to send me money, I'll take it. Just send me a check. Full endorsement, love your sock. Anyways, I got my sock tops here. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to see which one. Oh, this hole is here, so we're going to cut them off. Here. And seriously, just whack them off. Don't matter. Gone. Now you have a sweater that's even shorter. Oh no! Okay, now that those are cut off, I'm not the world's greatest seamster, male of seamstress. Tailor? I'm not the world's greatest tailor, so it's not perfectly straight. Oh well, it doesn't really matter if it's a little bit jagged because you're just going to be putting a seam on it anyways and it's going to disappear. The key to sewing this, like the key to sewing anything, I've already set one up here, is make sure your nice sides are together so that when you flip it out, the seam is underneath and you don't see it. So I'm just gonna flip my sock top inside out, stuff my sleeve inside, and line those up. See, now I have my nice side of my sleeve here, the nice side of my sock together. I'm gonna sew them like this, and then when I flip it out, it's gonna look good. Now, whenever you sew something stretchy, make sure you kind of stretch it when you put it through the machine, right? So I'm gonna stretch this out like so when I sew it. I'm not gonna pin it because that's the way I roll. If I were doing something from a pattern, yeah, I'd pin everything, don't worry, but for this is just such a simple fix. Just get her done. I'm already set up on my sewing machine. My seam allowance, I'm gonna go 3/8. I don't need to go a full 5/8. There's no advantage to that. Because realistically, whenever you use a 5/8 seam allowance, you always just end up trimming it anyways, right? Right. Now, I've gone around once. That's probably enough, but I'm hard on my clothing. So what I'm going to do is transfer my needle boop, to the side, because I had it centered before. Now your machine has a button, just push it. And then make my stitch a little wider. So I'm gonna stitch, I stitched here, now I'm gonna go tuk, 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 beside it, right on the edge. Okay. Reverse it a few times, knot it off, boom. And there, ladies and gentlemen, you have it. All done. I'm going to do the other sleeve now. I'll record it, but I might not keep it. And again, I've got all the way to the edge, so I'm going to pop it to the right, make my stitch wider, and just go around again. And there it is. I now have a rolled up sleeve that's longer. The old cuff was this long. I have added, that sock top wasn't clean apparently. I've added 2 inches to that sleeve, which is probably enough. Let's put it on. So here we have it, my sweater with the sock top attached. I'm gonna go ahead and slip this on, and you can see how it fits now. Look at that. So now I have a sweater, it's on, comfortable length, and look at that. The sock top reaches my wrist. Now my sleeve is the right length. I have been out in public with these sweaters like this for years. I do it to all my sweaters. You can see I got another sweater here. I've just added a gray one on. I find there's no difficulty in finding color matches. If I buy a sweater that's a funny color, I go find a sock that's the same. Not that I buy a lot of sweaters. I do it for all my pullovers. This one's a zip up one. Whatever sweater I have, I extend the length. I also extend my long johns the same way. I have never had anybody say, hey, that's an interesting sweater, and notice this outright. I have, however, pointed out to people and they've been like, oh, hey, yeah, that's a really good idea. So it's very unobtrusive. Nobody notices it. You now have a sweater that fits. Yay, tall guys!